You're doom scrolling again. It's past midnight. One voice says sleep, another bargains, just one more video. What if the problem isn't you? What if your mind is just running the wrong program? If I'm right, then by the end of this video you'll see that the world you move through is a render your brain generates, and that you can guide it. Not by denying reality, but by retraining the interface you live inside. You've been told your eyes are cameras and your mind is a courtroom. Facts go in, verdicts come out. But your experience isn't a live broadcast, it's a dashboard. A philosopher named Immanuel Kant gave us two words for this split: noumena and phenomena. Noumena is the world in itself, whatever really exists beyond your direct reach. Phenomena is the world as it appears to a mind like yours, with its particular senses, memories, and expectations. Kant's point is sharp. What things may be in themselves, I know not and need not know, because a thing is never presented to me otherwise than as a phenomenon. In other words, there is a real world, but what you live in day to day is your mind's version of it. Take a stoplight. Physics calls it electromagnetic radiation near 700 nanometers. Your interface calls it red. Stop. Same signal, two worlds, the noumenal description no one ever sees and the phenomenal cue you act on without thinking. Time and space. For Kant, they're not raw chunks of reality, but the grid your mind uses to place events, when and where, so you can act. Neuroscience quietly agrees. Modern models say the brain doesn't passively record. It predicts, then checks a trickle of sensory error. You don't live in raw data. You live in your best trained guess about what's out there. Let's go over some evidence to these claims, and I'd like you to make your own judgments on whether or not what I'm saying has any validity. In placebo studies, people sometimes get pain relief from pills that contain no active drug at all. This shows us that our bodies can literally feel different, feel better, because of a shift in perspective. Even down at the quantum scale, observation isn't neutral. In the famous double-slit experiment, if you let electrons pass through two slits without measuring them, you get an interference pattern or wave-like behavior. If you set up a measurement to track which slit each electron goes through, the interference pattern disappears. This doesn't mean your thoughts reshape the macroscopic world, but it does show that how you choose to observe a system changes what phenomena you actually get. So let's come back to you. Picture two people at the same party. One sees potential allies, the other sees silent judgment. Same music, same bodies, same temperature, different dashboards. You've felt this already. Some days a calendar notification feels like a threat. Other days, it's a welcome baton pass. The file didn't change. Your interface did. Most people stop here, and that's why they stay stuck. They hear it's all perception and either float off into vibes or sink into nihilism. The move is neither. The move is training, teaching your interface to show you more of what matters and less of what traps you. Because if perception is trainable, power will try to train it for you. Social media is engineered to seduce your attention, to keep you scrolling against your better judgment. Advertising paints status halos around objects. Buy this skin. Inherit this aura. News overlays the world with a fear tint. Markets panic, crises loom. Money, just entries in ledgers, arrives on your screen as permission, anxiety, and moral weight. When your interface is set to scarcity, every choice feels like a test you can fail. When it's set to obedience, curiosity feels like trouble. Reductionist stories help this along. You are your brain sounds scientific, but it can shrink you. If every wound is just a private chemistry glitch, you stop asking social questions. If knowledge just means memorizing the right answer, you stop looking for better ones. That's convenient for institutions that need compliant attention. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. You've collected opinions like apps, but which ones actually change what you notice? Your rarest asset isn't money, it's attention. Whoever scripts your attention scripts your life. Seeing that is the first jailbreak. You can't imagine away gravity, but you can treat a cliff as a prison wall or a vantage point. Same rock, different action set. That difference in perspective is the whole ballgame. Kant's warning was that we never see the world as it is in itself, only as it appears through our forms of intuition and concepts. Modern science adds, within that frame, how you look, what you expect, what you attend to, what story you tell, can reshape what you actually experience and what actions you see as possible. Here's the real secret. Training perception isn't just self-care, it's power literacy. When you widen what you can notice and how you label it, the scarcity filter bites less. The obedience tint fades. You get a wider action set. You start looking out onto the world with your perception instead of the one they tried to give you. That first clear look, that moment you realize, this is my render, and I can retrain it, is where true freedom begins. If you found this helpful, like the video so it reaches someone else who's stuck in their old interface, subscribe for more divine knowledge. And until next time, thanks for watching.